Hey friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. Welcome to another home tour. Michael and I are out with some clients again. We're back in the Linn Creek area. We've actually had a few houses in this area lately, so just wanted to highlight and spot this as much as we can. We're obviously trying to get around the lake as much as possible, depending on client needs and locations and certain things, but Linn Creek is a great area. The more time that I spend here, the more that I realize that there's a lot of benefits, a lot of pros for, maybe checking out this area versus some others, right? And, I think everything is just depending on who you are and what you're looking for and those kinds of things. But Linn Creek is very desirable, and it seems like there's a lot of new construction and new development and a lot more that is coming. And so if you're looking for kind of a permanent relocation and you want to make sure that the home is newer within the last 10 years, then Linn Creek is definitely going to be an area to check out. Linn Creek is becoming desirable based off of location alone. And so the Linn Creek Cove comes off of the main channel. And so in that cove, you basically have a little bit of a calmer waterway. It's not as busy. It's not as congested. Yes, there's still boats out there, but if you like to surf and ski and wakeboard and float and just drop anchor, it's a super cool area because you can do that easier than you can obviously out on the big channel. But if you want to get to big parts of the lake and you want to get to the bars and the restaurants and the scenes, then you just head out of the cove, you hang a right or you go straight and you're at all the bars and the restaurants and a lot of the fun that people like to explore as well. And so from a waterway perspective, that's super cool. I think the same thing is for roadways, right? So if you do have to have convenience of grocery stores and amenities and restaurants and schools and the hospital and certain things, you're super close to it, to where it maybe only took us 5 or 8 minutes to go from Highway 54 to where this property is. So you go about 5 to 8 minutes, you're out at Highway 54. And if you go north, you're up into Osage Beach. The hospital, Lowe's, Home Depot, grocery stores, restaurants, everything is up there. You go south, you can go into Camdenton, where Walmart, other grocery stores, hardware stores, everything is down into Camdenton. And then you'll have your choice of pretty much school districts. Again, if you're relocating permanently and you have kiddos that are K through 12 anywhere in there, you might have the choice of both those school districts. So go and talk to the schools, walk around, get a tour, explore what's best for you and your family. But this is a super cool area. I started thinking about, hey, even if you're in that retirement stage, right? And maybe school districts aren't as important, but you want some separation. You want to feel like you're living remote, right? So we know that my property is on the 42. So we're at the 42, we're way far down the lake and it is very remote, right? I'm not close to anything. But here we're at the 31, you feel like you're at the 42. You feel like you're living very remote. It's very peaceful. It's big hills, it's big trees, big water, big everything. Cool community with these new homes, but you're not living remote. Again, you might feel that way, but you are close to a lot of amenities. So this Linn Creek area is becoming more and more popular. I'm keeping a close eye on it, potentially to maybe try to relocate our family as well. But, we wanted to show this. We want to try to get out there and show you as many properties and give you a different perspective on all these lakes. No matter what you're looking for, right? Single family homes, condos, second homes, investment homes, permanent home, relocation. This is the piece that we got to do for you, right? If you're shopping from a distance, then we want to know your location, your needs, your wants, your bedrooms, your bathrooms, your price points. So we're going to get you set up on a home search. And then if you can make it into town, we'll meet you at the Osage office. Michael and I will come in, we'll grab you, we'll pick you up, and we'll start driving around to these different properties to show you some things. Remember, if you can't come into town and you see a property that pops up onto your home search, then you let us know and we can go out there and we can take a video, right? We take a video. We can also check our cell phones and either FaceTime you or take some video and send it back to you. So those are the kind of convenience factors that we like to help folks with, especially when you're not able to make it into town. So we're going to go and check out this property real quick and give you a perspective, because we're in the Linn Creek Cove, but then we're also on a cove off the cove, right? So you actually don't have a lot of big water right behind you. You're tucked into this cove, but you do have a private dock. So some of these places in this area have the community dock. We talked about that before. This one is going to have its own dock. So let's go and take a quick walk through the home. I'm sure Michael's out on the back deck, but let's check out this property a little bit. Here, the price point, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, things like that nature. So let's go for a walk. so the cool part about this property is, you do have your own docks. We've talked a little bit about community docks. Again, this one has its own dock, also has a screened in porch. I got Michael over here hanging out. Michael, so this is cool, right? We're back in the Linn Creek area.
Yep.
So we talked a little bit about the convenience factor of this area. We talked about location to Camdenton and obviously Osage. This one has its own private dock, so we're not on the community, but we also have a unique pathway down to the bottom. So,
right.
What do we have? Bedrooms, bathrooms, price point. What do we have here?
Sure, absolutely. So we're a 4-bed, 3-bath ranch house in the same Linn Creek area off of Linn Creek Cove. What's interesting is we're a cove within the larger Linn Creek Cove.
Yeah.
Right. Which is awesome, especially from the lakeside where your kids or family or friends just want to lounge and play in the water and not be bothered by anything. But you still have the benefit of seeing all the boat traffic and kind of the action that's going on out there on the lake. And Scott is right. Some of the bugs and whatnot are a real thing, especially about 2 months of the year in the summer. They are a real thing. But this is a super huge value add, as well as the external that he just talked about as well. The other unique thing about this community is these are still considered cliffside homes, where like the other one, the neighbors in this neighborhood, they've developed a nice golf cart path or side-by-side path down to their dock area, which we're going to take a walk down there here in a minute.
Yeah.
That is another huge value add. What's interesting, though, is the neighborhood directly across the cove, which is where we came from, has another set of community docks, which you can see probably in the background photos, a whole line of community docks here. So it's really a good perspective of a community dock versus an individual.
Yeah, so we'll try to shed light on it because across this little mini cove is a neighborhood, and clearly there's community docks on the other side of this little cove. And all these homes have their own docks, and again, this little pathway, which is kind of cool. So we'll walk down with it. But I've said it countless times on this video that the bug game down here is real.
It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
So there is my backup that it is real. And I think that's why I like one of the benefits of this particular property is this is screened in right here. So you do have an uncovered area that we were just out on, but then you can come into this covered area and it's screened in, has a little bit more protection, obviously from bugs. But regardless if it's screened in or not, bug spraying is a deal. You gotta have a good bug guy.
You have a good bug guy.
I gotta have a bug guy. So back to having the infrastructure to handle your real estate, your mortgage, your home inspections. I promise you, we got bug guys to help you with that too. So super cool property. What do we got? Bedrooms, bathrooms. What was our price point on this one?
It's the same. You're sub 900 at 875 as well.
875 on this property as well. Newer construction. Cove off a cove.
Cove off a cove.
Super cool area. Let's walk down, show you this pathway down to the dock, show you what that looks like, and we'll wrap it up down there. Okay, guys, so let me show you a little perspective, right? Right out here is the front of the property. So this is where the driveway is. And clearly you can see that there's a path that will come right along the outside of it. So you come around the outside of the path, and then you can just walk your way downward right now. Again, nothing around here is flat. So I've said it time and time again. The roads are steep. The driveways are steep. I don't think this video does it justice, but your golf cart paths down to the water can be steep as well. That's why you'll see that they'll zigzag. If this was a straight line shot from the driveway to the bottom, it would be pretty steep. Probably wouldn't be able to do it.
So the lake's still low.
Super low, huh? It's so happy. So. Okay, so we just made our way down those steps. Okay, so you had to come down these stairs to get to the dock, but it is still, water level is still pretty low. So if you were to walk down that's a pretty steep decline, which we're not going to do. But again, this guy has your own dock, your little swim platform off on the right-hand side. There's pros and cons to all of it, right? Because then you have those community docks on the other side that you can see. You make your way out of the cove, and then you got the big water kind of out there. So for sure, a unique property. Again, I think the desirability of Linn Creek, we're starting to show that a little bit more. Proximity to amenities that you need. You feel very secluded being over here, yet really you're actually very close to a lot of things. A lot of new construction, a lot of ranch style kind of homes. If you have the ability, to find one of these properties and you have your own dock, great. There's some pros that come along with that. There's some cons, right? Handling the maintenance and the upkeep and everything else. Or if you find that perfect property that just happens to be a second tier and you take your golf cart down to the community dock, I think that's pretty okay too, right? So a couple of good first world problems to have, but trying to show you more perspective and get around and show you these different homes and different pockets of this lake. Obviously, everything is very customized to what you're looking for and what you need. So call us, text us, email us. Let's get you set up on a home search. You come into town, let us drive you around and show you some of these properties. So reach out when you can. And until then, we'll see you on the next video.